This video will take you through the steps of producing a professional property broker's appraisal document that you can present to your prospective vendors with a great amount of confidence that will help you to win this listing. When you add an appraisal into Property Suite, this is the start of the listing process. The appraisal stage is the first of 7 stages that will exist if you win the listing. Hover over Listings and select Add New. Step 1, select the location that you work in. We're going to use the training database. You won't have Step 2, so ignore it. Select the salesperson if you haven't already defaulted. We're going to use urban, but you can use it for lifestyles at this stage. In the search for RPNZ data listing, we're going to enter in the address that we're after. This is going to be searching the RPNZ database. Once RPNZ has brought through the listing, select it by clicking Use. Don't worry about the vendor's legal name here. Select Step 4, the View Map location, and ensure that it appears in the right place on the map. Click Save and Close. Step 5 is bringing through the vendor details from RPNZ. The first thing you need to do is search your database to see if these people already exist. So select Search. If they don't exist, select Add New. If it has brought the vendor up there, you'll need to select Use. You will need to complete the vendor details. If you are not sure what to do, you will need to refer to the video Add a New Contact Buyer Profile, ignoring the Buyer Profile option. However, RPNZ will bring through the full legal names into Property Suite. You will need to edit these details. You'll need to edit the full name, the DER name and the sort name. If you don't edit them, the incorrect name format will pull through into the Property Suite appraisal letter. Press Save when ready. Now it brings up the appraisal stage, and as you can see, there's 7 stages: appraising, listing, marketing, offer, confirm, payout and settlement. So let's focus on the appraising stage. Enter in the appraisal date. The follow-up date will default to 14 days after the appraisal date. So come down to Step 5 and add in some photos. If you have some photos of the listing, click here to upload or browse. Select our folder of the photos. We'll do the Magic House today, and we can hold our finger down on the Shift key and bring through all the photos if we want to at the same time. Select Start Upload. And as you can see, that's pretty quick. If you need to make any changes to the photos, make them look a little bit smarter, then that needs to be done before you upload them. Click Continue. And as you'll see here, we can move the photos around. From the left we have photo 1, photo 2, photo 3, etc. Any that you don't want to display, you can drop down to here. Select Save Images, click Continue. That's Step 5 completed. Now Step 6 is going to help build our final document. So keep in mind what the end document is going to look like, and this is you starting to produce it. Step 2.1, select the front cover title. Step 2.2, show the address on the front cover. So this is the vendor's address. If you want to display it, select Yes. If you select No, this is going to display Property Brokers on the front cover. Step 2.3, the appraisal letter. Drop down and select Appraisal Letter. This will bring through the default text for you. You can edit where you need to, and you can do up to 1800 characters. This is brought through photo 1 from the photos that you loaded earlier. It's also brought through the address, the RV, the land and the floor size and bedrooms have all come through from RPNZ. If it's not entered in RPNZ, those fields won't be there. You'll need to complete them. We can say that it has 2 garages and that it has 1 bathroom, excluding the ensuite. It's also brought through the legal name from RPNZ. Leave that. It's also brought through the lot and the DP onto the same line in Step 2.15. Leave it as is. The administrator will split that out in the listing stage for you. Come down to Step 2.17. That's been brought through. If it hasn't been, you'll need to enter that here. If you know what the rates are, enter those. This is the total rates. Step 2.19, property details in the script. Drop down and select property description. You can edit the text here. This is the default text. You have up to 1,000 characters, so you can type whatever you want to enter in there. Now we're going to search our comparison properties. So step 2.2, recent sale comparison. Select search. Step 1, we're going to be searching the property suite database for any sold listings. Click to open. Select multiple listings. You'll see that it has defaulted some options here for you that you can change if you want to. And it's also defaulted the suburb for you. You can change that if you need to as well. We're just going to select, we've got Vanuatu selected there. And we will make sure that all of Palmerston North is. Click create my list. So now it's searching the database for any solds that we've got in Property Suite. And here we go. So tick the ones that you're after. Okay. Now it's brought us through 60 listings. We've selected 3 that we want to use. And now we're going to tick add to list. Now we're also going to search for more sold listings in the RPNZ database. Click to open. Again, it's brought through a default criteria. We can change that if we want to. We don't want it to be too broad. Click select RPNZ data properties. You can see it circling up here, searching the database. And here we go. It's got 8 listings it's brought through for us. Again, select the ones that we're after and select add to list. So here you can see that we were able to do a maximum of 9 sold listings, and we've selected a total of 6 that we want to use. We need to click the use on CMA, and now it's importing these listings through. Okay, so there's our 6 listings we selected that were sold. Now we want to have a look at step 2.21 on the market comparison. Select search. Now let's search the Property Suite database again. Click here to add multiple listings, and again we've got a default criteria, and then select create my list. You can use the add in a single listing if you have a particular listing in mind that you want to search for. And again you can see it's searching up the top here. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to select 3 listings that are similar and then click add to list. We're going to go and search the RPNZ database to see what we can find on here. Use the default criteria, and again here we can select a single listing if there were single listings that we were aware of that we knew were on the market. So we'll tick these 2 that have come through, add to list, and now select use on CMA. And again it's importing it from RPNZ, so that just takes a little time. Okay, now it'll drop back down automatically for us to step 2.2 on the market conditions. So we're going to drop down here and select market conditions, and this is where you can again edit the text if you want to, but if you want to use the default text, go right ahead. And all we need to put in here is a price range of what they're wanting to sell it for, so whatever that might be. So there you go, that'll come through for you. Now we've got the company information pages at step 2.23, 2.24 and 2.25. How this works is it will default for us. Okay, if we click on it, these are the selection of PDFs that you have. So as we saw, it defaulted for us. We can click on it, and if we want to change it, we can. Otherwise we just use the default as it comes through. And we also have the page 4 there as well. And if you want to, you can delete the pages if you don't want them to come through. But we'll leave those there. Now the marketing packages, we've got step 2.28. Page 1 has come through. Some of you might have 2 pages, but most of you will have the 1 page. So we'll just use the page that defaults through correctly for your location. Down here now on the property advert sample, so the advert sample page, you have the ability to default the main photo. You can change it if you want to. Now we also have given you the ability to change all 5 photos that will appear if you have 5 photos for that listing. If you don't select these 5 photos, you get a default image from Property Suite that will display for you. Now here's the default headline and description that's come through for you. You can change it if you want to. If you don't want to change it, leave it as is, and the administrator will enter for you when it's taken through into the listing. The marketing selection, again we have some more PDF pages defaulting for you. You can click on them, change them if you want to, delete the pages that you don't want, otherwise just leave the default there. All these pages are relevant to your branch. Step 3, the marketing profile for you has come through. If there's another person that you're doing this listing with, then you can select a second person, and then we can select create in step 4. This is going to build the appraisal document for you using the quick media and Property Suite. This can take a little while. You can see that there'll be about 24 pages. Here we go. Okay, here it comes. So here's page 1. If we arrow down there, scroll down there, we've got our options at the bottom here. We always want to use this print button here because this is going to give us a high resolution when we print it. You can email it and this will give you a high resolution email, or you can save it to your desktop and do whatever you want to there, or you can exit out of it. So we're going to print this. Okay, so we'll quickly have a look through these pages so you can quickly see them on screen on the video. Here's our letter, page 2. Page 3 with the legal description and the nice photo. Then we have our comparative properties recently sold. Then the on the market properties with our blurb at the bottom here and the appraisal price. Our methods of sale, our commitment to you, online exposure, fees, marketing your property, the advert example with the photos that you've selected. You'll remember that we only selected 3 photos, 1, 2 and 3, and as you can see photos 4 and 5 are the default Property Suite photos we have in there. Down here we have the headline and the description. It will always show an auction date and it will display the next Sunday's date and time, and the agent profile have come through here. Next page we have marketing your property, marketing property again, pricing to sell, positioning to sell, use marketing to your best advantage. You'll have a message there from your branch manager and also your regional manager, plus photos and details of your local sales team, and then of course your own profile, and if there's a second person it'll have a second profile here, and then the last page with our disclaimer on the bottom. So when you're ready there, select the print button here. Make any changes to the printer as required like you normally would and select print. When that's finished, click close. Come back to the top, click continue, and that is the end of your appraisal as far as the appraisal document is concerned. The appraisal tasks, these will appear as follow-up reminders on your dashboard when they occur. Once you've secured the listing, you'll hand over the authority form to the administrator and they will list it for you. You won't be able to select the list button down here. If you've been unsuccessful with the appraisal, click on here and complete the appraisal failed steps as required. And that's the end of the appraisal process. Good luck and go and win those listings.